Hey everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Phoenix Wright Justice for All. We're on Case 3, Turnabout Big Top, in Part 2, the first day of trial, and we're about to enter the second half of this trial day. Right now, we are basically riding on the ropes trying to prove the innocence of Maximilian Galactica, otherwise known as Billy Bob Johns. And, well, things are looking rather interesting right now, so let's pick up where we left off. Sweetie, you have to believe me. I didn't go anywhere near that crime scene. So then, where were you when the murder took place? We talked about it yesterday, remember? I was in the ringmaster's room. And while you were there, it was the ringmaster who left the room, right? Exactly. He told me to wait in the room because he would be right back. That's when the ringmaster headed to the scene of the crime, right? Yeah, so we've gotten some testimony from one Benjamin Woodman, the ventriloquist, that he and his puppet Trillo saw a magician outfit-wearing person that looked like Max near the scene of the crime. That's what it seems like. But the ringmaster must have been wearing Max's costume, right? Oh, sweetie, I just remembered. You just remembered? I went straight to the ringmaster's room still dressed in my stage clothes. But when I got there, I went ahead and took the costume off. Which means? It means that the ringmaster could have taken his costume and went out looking like Max. Fabulous! That's a fabulously possible possibility. So, if the ringmaster dressed up like Max and not the murderer, then A, what was the motivation for doing so, and B, why was he not discovered like that? Did the murderer have some sort of intention of planning that all out ahead of time with the ringmaster, and did he or she double-cross the ringmaster? Like, I don't know, it just seems a little weird. Heh, well done, Nick. However, sweetie, why would the ringmaster want to dress up like me? Isn't that a bit strange? If you think about it, all I found at the crime scene was my silk hat. What about my cloak? Where did that go? Double, Wow, Max, I never thought of that. You should be a detective or something. Well, I was never quite sure what to be when I grew up. Magician or president? Those are two very interesting choices. You have no idea how hard it was to make a decision. I don't know if you just decide to be president. That's really cool. Fabulous. This mystery just keeps getting deeper. Alright, well, let's go back in. It seems like we're probably going to be getting Mo as the other witness. Now that everyone is back, let's get started. The court is now back in session. Miss Von Karma, please proceed with the prosecution's case. Very well. I will call now my next witness. A pitiful clown with the unfortunate distinction of having seen the entire thing. Will Mr. Lawrence Curls please take the stand? Oh, so his name is Lawrence Curls. So that's definitely a Three Stooges reference. Why did she just call him a pitiful clown? I don't think it's too hard to see why. Especially with that look in his face. The witness will state his name and occupation for the court record. In West Clownadelphia, name and occupation. Will the witness please inform the court why he's speaking autobiographical gibberish? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just not used to being in court. I've never been in a courtroom in my life. I wasn't quite sure what joke is best suited to this sort of occasion. What in the world are you talking about? You're in a grand hall of justice, not some comedy club. Since it's easy to see your occupation, please state your name for the court. Oh, yeah, maybe this joke is okay. Mom, do I have to wear pants? The sign only says no shirt, no shoes, no service. Okay, okay. How about this? Have you met my proctologist, Dr. Seymour Butts? How was that one? But a couple of clowns who were up to no good started making trouble in your name. Lawrence Curls, professional funny man, also known as Mo the Clown. You witnessed the scene at around 10:15 p.m. the day of the murder. Correct? Yes. Yes, it is. Very well, Mr. Curls. Will you please testify to what you saw that evening? A rabbi, a priest, and a Rastafarian walked into this plaza. Without the humor, please. Okay. Aw, poor Mo can't be his normal stoogey self in court. See, she's even calling him a stoogey clown. What you witnessed? I know. I'm not the greatest comedian in the world. I haven't been able to make people laugh for 10 years. No matter what I say, all I get in return is a vacant stare and polite applause. Since no one ever laughs at my jokes, I've taken to laughing at them myself. It's a bad habit, but hey, at least I'm trying. Imagine my predicament. I'm a clown who can't make people laugh. I'm almost useless. But I keep trying. I even tried to come up with jokes just for today. But this atmosphere is very nerve-wracking. I decided to try making everyone laugh. Seriously, everyone. What do you think of me? How am I doing? That was your testimony? Aren't we the ones supposed to be asking the questions here? Witness. Huh? We will listen to your call for help after the court proceedings are over. Thus, please stick to the facts of this case. Really? You'll really hear me out? Well, I'll make sure that one of my staff will be your straight man later. Thank you! I can't wait! Poor Gumshoe. Now that that's settled, shall we begin once again with the testimony? Of course we can. I'll talk for as long as you want. I don't think we need to worry about that. Okay, what you witnessed, hopefully for real this time. The night of the murder, after practice was over, I went straight back to my room. You have no idea how tired I was that night. I was pooped. I thought I'd go straight to sleep, but before I did, I glanced out the window. That's when I saw two silhouettes. They were a bit far away, though. It was the ringmaster, and he was with Max, who was wearing his cloak. I kept watching them, and all of a sudden, Max clonked the ringmaster over the head. That's interesting. That's very interesting. If this eyewitness account is to be believed, I have enough to pass judgment right now. Of course you can. There's no way that this account can be criticized. However, the witness is a bit, how do you say, off-kilter. That's putting it mildly. Almost like he has some sort of atmosphere of guilt surrounding him. That must be because of my insincere smile. Mr. Wright, please begin the defense's cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Nick, you've got to find some kind of contradiction in his testimony. I know that. Mr. Wright! Your Honor? I'm afraid that if you push this witness too far, it would bring disaster upon the court. Thus, I sincerely hope you are not going to engage in pointless saber-rattling. I understand, Your Honor. If you cause this clown to stray from the facts, I'll hold you responsible. Why am I responsible? I'm not the one with the corny jokes. So does that mean that if we press him, like, on the wrong thing, we're gonna get penalized? I'm kind of curious. Oh, yeah, we still have our... You know what? I'm gonna save scum this, just to be safe. Ooh, we're out of save files here. Time to go back to the start. Alright, so what happens if we press? I'm curious. You'd say that practice wrapped up around 10 p.m., correct? See, that's the thing. Huh? How exactly am I supposed to make a joke about 10 o'clock p.m.? Now 8 o'clock. That's something a clown can riff off of. Let's just pretend it was 8 o'clock. That way I can make a great joke. Oh, what happens if we try to do this? Okay, I save scum. I feel like I should try this. Come on. You know you want to hear the joke. A man goes to his doctor, and the doctor asks, "How is number 1?" The man says, "Every day at 6." And the doctor asks, "Number 2?" The man says, "Every day at 7." And then... Witness, these are exactly the types of jokes you should save for that detective. Uh-oh. Ow! You knew what would happen. Don't look at me like that. Mr. Wright, you're hereby penalized. This will not become a kangaroo court. Okay. I figured we wouldn't be able to get away with that. I was at least hoping for an achievement. Whoops. Hang on a second, let's go back here. Alright, let's press, but this time we'll pick the right answer. Let's not. Let's not make it 8 o'clock p.m., alright, Mo? What do you mean, let's not? Don't take the clown out of the clowning around! Come on, Nick, just listen to his joke. There are 3 reasons why I don't want to. 1, I probably won't laugh. 2, I'll get hit with a penalty. 3, I'll get whipped. And all those things definitely happened in an alternate reality that we're not going to talk about. Will the witness just proceed with his factual testimony? You are so boring. Okay. Please don't make a poop joke here. You were pooped that night? Yes, I was very, very tired. Not to mention I had some bad Mexican food. What? The double cheese, double bean enchilada is a dangerous menu item. What happened after that, as they say, happens. That one was cool, huh? I hear the kids really love toilet humor these days. That joke was so hip, I don't want to ruin it with a reply. No! Oh! Okay, let's reload. Okay, so even if in a situation where we don't have a choice, we could still get penalized. Okay, so you really gotta be careful about what you press on. Okay. I'm gonna press on this. This seems important. Far away, you say? If you had to say exactly, how far away were they? Let me think about that for a second. If my room is here, and they looked about yay big, I'd say they were about 30 feet from my window. Just 30 feet? That's not far at all. It was snowing that night, and it cut down on visibility. I see. Please continue with your testimony regarding the 2 shadows that you saw. Okay, we got past that. Let's press on this one. You'd say you clearly saw this, even though you were, by your own admission, far away. That's right. I had been thinking about it over and over since that night, but things didn't really make sense until I spoke with the prosecutor, Miss Von Karma. How convenient. But now I am 100% certain that it was Max and the Ringmaster that I saw that night. Just think about it. How could I be wrong if Max is always wearing his uppity symbols? Uppity symbols? Lawyers nowadays. Do you even have to go to school anymore to be one? Alright, everyone knows what to do. All together now. Say it with Uncle Mo. Oh no, not again. See what I mean? It's always like this. The crowd never wants to go along with me. I must really be utterly and completely worthless as a clown. Yowza! Enough foolishness. Get back on track. Will the witness please testify as to what he saw, and only what he saw? Okay, good. At least we didn't get penalized that time. Okay, I wanted to know more about this, too. You say you saw the Ringmaster get clonked over the head? Yes, I did! It's the climax of my story! He really does enjoy the completely random non sequitur. What would you say the victim was struck with? You mean the weapon? I have no idea! A weapon wasn't found at the murder scene, right? That's not what I meant. You did say you did see everything, didn't you? Well, yeah, I suppose I did. Wait, no I didn't. I didn't see a weapon. Hehehe. Mo, did you or did you not see the crime of murder committed that night? I will not permit you to harass my witness in this manner. You'd better have an excellent reason for attacking this poor, poor clown. Because if you don't, you know what is waiting for you. A nice penalty. Gulp. Isn't this a bit melodramatic? Yeah, we got all of our life writing on this. So what would it be then, Mr. Phoenix, right? Do you have any clear basis to believe that my witness did not see the crime? I'm kind of convinced that I don't, but that seems like it would be kind of pointless if that were the case, so I'm going to look this up just to be safe.
Oh, okay. Yeah. We will have to go with this. This is the right answer. Apparently, saying "of course I don't" is gonna instantly kill everything. So, of course I have grounds to make this claim. Then let's hear it. That's something I can't share with you at this time.
Well, what did you just say? Mr. Wright!
I know there's something wrong with this testimony, but I can't put why I feel this way into words for the judge. Maybe we should get a bit more information. Once we find something more solid, we can give it another shot. Yeah, you're right.
Mr. Wright, before we resume testimony, you know that you must be Pamela.
Wait, I thought that was the right answer. That is not what I just read to do here. No! Well, at least we save scummed this. Oh, we were supposed to press the third statement. Okay. Whoops. This was the one we skipped, of course. You just happened to glance out of the window?
You could say that. You could also say I peeked, stared, glimpsed, peeked, eyeballed. Mr. Curls! Oh, I guess synonyms aren't allowed either.
What should I do? I wonder if I should press him further on this issue. Yes, let's go further press that. Exactly why did you look out of your window that night?
Why? Why? Clowns don't need a reason to look out their windows, do they?
That's not what I meant. I meant that, well, when we spoke yesterday...
Once I had tucked myself into bed, I heard this amazing noise. It was incredibly loud. It sounded like a giant thump.
Oh, I see. Because he heard the clonking, therefore he couldn't have seen it after he got up to look out the window. Is that what we're getting at here?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. You forgot?
Your Honor, the witness looked out of his window upon hearing a loud sound. He did not just simply glance out of his window that night.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot to mention that thump, didn't I? Ow, ow, ow! That's not something you just forget to mention.
Yeah, what she said. I believe it would be best if Mo were to revise his testimony.
Very well, Mr. Curls, please revise your testimony.
This should start turning the tables in our favor. Okay. I'm gonna press this next. What was the sound like?
Well, I guess it kind of sounded like, I guess you could say, Mr. Curls, may the court remind you that humor is unnecessary. Doe, how'd you know that I was gonna make a joke? I guess that the sound sounded like I suppose it sounded like someone getting hit with something very hard. Yep, that's what it sounded like, honestly.
Someone getting hit, huh? What then? You went to look out the window and you saw... Okay, so nothing there. I'm gonna press this. So, I think now we can do what we were trying to do earlier. Let's go ahead and try this now. I've got a great reason to make my claim. And I suppose you will be telling us all that great reason? Of course I will. The reason is... the witness's very own testimony!
What is the meaning of that, Mr. Wright?
Mo said that he heard a sound like a thump of someone getting hit.
He did say that.
However, Mo just stated the following under oath.
I kept watching them, and all of a sudden, Max clonked the ringmaster over the head.
If most to be believed when he said he looked out the window upon hearing a sound, there's no way that he could have seen Max clonk anyone.
In 1972, a crack clowning airborne. Mr. Curls, how do you respond to Mr. Wright's assessment? They didn't commit. These clowns promptly escaped from a maximum security clown car. Mr. Curls, are you reciting the C-Team theme to anger the courts? No. I'm just stalling for time while I jog my memory.
Great job, Nick. These types of witnesses always seem to have a selective memory. You just have to peel back the layers of the clown makeup to find the truth.
Well, you're back from your jog?
Well, it pretty much happened the way I said. Pretty much. When I looked out my window that night, the ringmaster was already face down in the snow. The prosecution helped me fill in the gaps of my statement. Ooh. Von Karma. Tampering with witnesses again.
So now you are saying that you did not see the defendants clonk the ringmaster?
Yes. When I looked out my window, the ringmaster had already checked out.
Checked out?
Yup, he was on permanent vacation, as they say.
Mr. Curls,
Your Honor.
You did not witness the actual crime, however, you still say you saw the criminal, correct?
Yes, exactly. The ringmaster was slumped over and I saw someone's silhouette next to him.
Very well, then please testify to the silhouette you saw. I expect the truth. And if I even catch a hint of a joke from you, I will put you in a holding cell until you learn court etiquette. Got it?
Got it. Okay. I wonder if the same penalty rules still apply here. It's a bit far away, but that shadow could only have belonged to Max. There's no doubting it, especially since I saw his uppity symbols. His silk hat, that black cloak, they were all there. And the white roses? His face was silhouetted, but there was no doubt that it was him. His cloak was fluttering in the wind, so I couldn't really see what he was carrying. It's an interesting statement.
It does seem as if the defendant was at the scene of the crime.
It took the clown long enough to get his facts straight. But whatever. This should finally be good enough, yes?
It is decisive testimony.
Was Max really at the scene that night? He says he wasn't there. We have to believe in that.
All right, Mr. Wright. Commence your cross-examination.
Okay. I'm going to save again here. I'll use the same slot there. Don't you think that you are going a little overboard with how explicit you're being? Uh-oh, I don't like this. That shadow belonged to Max is an awfully firm statement, don't you think? Where are you getting at? I'm just saying that one of your fellow performers' life is on the line here. Are you truly 100% absolutely certain that it was Max? I'm not the kind of person who would lie about something as serious as this. The silhouette I saw was Max. I'm convinced of that. It doesn't seem like he is jumping to any conclusions this time. Let's go over this again, then. What makes you so sure that you saw Max that night? Okay, good. Trillo said the same thing, but if it was just the symbols, then even I could have been wearing them. What if someone had just taken Max's symbols and worn them? I thought of that myself, but just looking at the shape of the face I saw, it must have been Max.
You're sure of that?
Such a silly little boy. He threw his entire case headlong into a trap. You're sure that is what you saw that night? Exactly what I said I saw. It's exactly what I saw. I've got eyes like a hawk. No birds of terrible night vision. But that's not all I saw. You were able to see that kind of detail from your window? Uh-oh. She was quick to respond to that. There was a light near the scene of the crime. Anyone with decent eyesight could have been able to see that much. Out of curiosity, Mo, what is your eyesight like?
I can see like a hawk out of my left eye and an eagle out of my right eye.
That sounds very different. On record says eyesight is a perfect 20/20. That must mean he could have seen the crime scene clearly.
The more we look into this matter, the more suspicious it becomes. Hey, you asked me what my eyesight was like, not what it actually was.
Okay. I'm just curious about this, probably the most. He was carrying something? So you didn't actually see what the criminal was holding?
That's correct. I've been curious to know what had caused that loud noise. It must have been something incredibly hard.
Too bad they haven't found the murder weapon to know for sure. They claim it was a blunt object, at least it says so in the autopsy report. With Trillo's testimony and now Moe's, it really seems like Max is the killer. And Nick, you gotta find a contradiction in this. That's not going to be enough. What? I have to prove that Moe saw someone other than Max that night. That's the only thing that will help. I've got to do it. Okay, so let's look at the court record. Not really seeing anything particularly... Whoops. Didn't mean to exit that. Oh, we haven't even actually looked at this poster. That's a cool shot. I'm still wondering about the pepper as well. I'm not sure what to do here. Like, I don't know. I'm gonna look this up. I don't want to make any more mistakes and waste the time here. Oh! We're supposed to, present the fact that he didn't mention the white roses, which are on the poster. Okay. That's a little bit, what's the word? Persnickety, not persnickety, but, particular. You say you saw all of Max's uppity symbols?
I suppose so. The silk hat and the cloak, right?
Moe, everyone knows that Maximilian Galactica has 3 uppity symbols.
3 symbols? Yay, everyone get ready. All together now. Silk hat, cloak, white roses.
What the? Who cares if he knew that there were 3 or not? He saw what he saw, and he saw the symbols. He just forgot to mention one. That's what I thought, too. I thought he was just being forgetful there. Isn't that right, Moe?
Do you like pie? I love pie. 3.141592653589793238462.
Silence, fool. You are to respond with the whole truth. No fractions. Well, it's not exactly in fraction form. That's 22/7.
Order! Order!
Moe, you didn't see the roses, did you?
To be honest, there weren't any roses on the person I saw.
The crime scene was dark. It's obviously it was too dark for us to see that kind of detail. Yeah, but we just established his eyesight was good. But the witness said he was able to see the silhouette of the criminal's face. Not to mention that the roses are white. There's no way he could have missed them. Then the roses must have fallen off when the defendant assaulted the victim. If that was the case, then the police would have found them near the crime scene.
Mr. Wright, are these white roses truly material to the facts of this case?
Clearly not. He's just toying with this court. I got her on the ropes now. These seemingly insignificant facts have never failed to lead me to the truth yet. Someone is toying with the court, but it's not me. Your Honor, do you recall Trillo's testimony?
There's no way I can mistake someone wearing those 3 ridiculous symbols. How can you mistake someone with that crazy getup and his nose stuck up so high? How can you mistake someone wearing such a snobby 3-piece getup?
Trillo saw them all. Trillo saw all 3 of Max's symbols. However, this witness claims there were no white roses on the person he saw. There's absolutely no doubt that this is a contradiction.
Now what am I supposed to think? One is supposed to disregard the pointless, but this...
Judge, forget the roses. Think about his other testimony. The witness has stated that without a doubt that he saw Maximilian Galactica. Nothing else matters. Let's wrap this case up now. Your Honor, it may be trivial, but it does cast doubt on the prosecution's case.
Frankly, I have my doubts about this witness. It seems that, unlike wine, the witness has not grown more mature with age. I'm not mature. I've come to a conclusion. I'm 99% certain that this witness saw the defendant. However, my remaining 1% of doubt is quite reasonable, which means that for my peace of mind, I'm going to request a bit more testimony.
What?
If there are no contradictions in his next statement, I'm prepared to issue a ruling.
A ruling? Nick, this is your last chance. Oh man. The Silhouette Part 2. There's no doubt in my mind, there were no white roses that night. However, all the other symbols were there. I'm equally sure of that. Especially the silk hat. There's no way I could forget seeing the decorations on it. He was wearing it the entire time that he was on the scene.
Mr. Wright, you've got one last chance at this.
Just one chance?
I will not allow even the slightest hint of badgering against this witness. If you are going to prove to me there's a contradiction with Mr. Curls' statement, you'd better have at least a shred of evidence to back up your accusations.
I've only got a single shot at this. I've got to be careful. I understand, Your Honor. One chance is all I will need. So are they trying to say that we can't even, like, cross-examine him? I'm actually going to check that. I'm not going to... I think I know what I'm going to do here. Oh, apparently if you press anything, Von Karma will whip you and half of your health is gone. Okay, well, I think I know what I'm going to do here. It's wearing it the entire time. That can't be true because we know that they found this at the crime scene. There we go. This wouldn't happen to be the silk hat you saw that night, would it?
Yep, that's it. That's the hat he was wearing that night.
No question in your mind?
Exactly how would one mistake a thing like that?
I see.
Is there some sort of problem, Mr. Wright?
Miss Von Karma, where exactly was the silk hat found? Must you always ask these questions? It was found at the crime scene.
The crime scene? That means...
She knows. The silk hat fell off at the crime scene. However, the witness clearly testified to the contrary. The witness stated that he was wearing it the entire time that he was on the scene. No! That's not true. Oh, wait, that's not Von Karma.
No, that's not true. Order! 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 Mr. Curls!
Yes, Your Honor?
What is the meaning of all this?
Wow, the judge is in all caps mode.
You're old enough to know better than to behave like this in court. Hey, that's just not right. That's so harsh. What's not right here is your eyesight and your memory, amongst other things. Why are you being so mean to me? What did I do? Let me guess, you just didn't like my jokes or something, right? You didn't have to go and insult my eyesight or my memory. They're both great. Seriously, why? Just because you're sitting above me doesn't mean you belong there, and no matter how old I get, I'll always be younger than you. Wow! Enough of these childish outbursts, Mr. Curls! Who do you think you are? I saw him. I swear I saw him. It was Max. Even if he didn't have his roses, he was still wearing his dumb silk hat. I'm telling the truth.
He's turned into a bratty little kid. It's pitiful, isn't it? Yeah, Von Karma wasn't wrong about that part. He left the scene wearing that dumb silk hat. He was there! He left the scene? What's the matter, Nick? There's something I've been mulling over for a while now. Mo?
What do you want?
You just said that he left the scene. Exactly how did the murderer leave the scene of the crime?
What? He went... What do you mean, how did he leave the scene? You can't ask me that.
Mr. Phoenix Wright is badgering the witness, Your Honor. This witness's testimony is so full of holes, Miss Von Karma's protest is useless.
Grr. You've got a point. Let's hear what the witness has to say on this matter. Is that alright with you, little guy? Don't talk to me like I'm a little baby! Besides, what kind of stupid question is, how did he leave the crime scene? The answer's obvious. He just turned around and walked away.
That's what I expected you'd say. You sure that's how it happened?
Say what? Huh? I'm not sure I know exactly where you're going with this.
Oh, I think I know where he's going with it. He couldn't have walked away because there were no footprints there.
Lawyers nowadays sure do love to harp on the smallest things.
Yeah, kids these days.
Do you have any proof to counter a story as to how the criminal left the scene?
I think so. Look at this picture. The problem is the footprints in the snow. Footprints? In this photo, we can clearly see the footprints of the victim. However, where are the criminal's footprints? They aren't there.
Ay, 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 ay.
So, Mo, exactly how did the criminal escape the scene?
Your Honor.
This witness has already proven that his testimony is completely unreliable. I move to strike all of this witness's testimony from the court record.
I agree. This clown's testimony is as rickety as the clown car he came to court in. Wait just a second. You guys just can't ignore everything I've said? Fine, fine, I'll tell you the truth this time.
Shouldn't you have done that all along?
You wait a second. I think you've said more than enough for today. That didn't hurt. I'm sick and tired of listening to you anyways. I'll give you the real deal this time. I swear.
I don't know why, but I get the feeling things are going to get worse before they get better. Yeah, me too, Maya.
Mr. Lawrence Curls. Yes. The testimony you provided up until now has been false? It hasn't been false. I haven't lied. It's just what? It's just I was a bit confused on the bit about the criminal leaving the scene. Especially since Von Karma and her whip told me not to talk about what I really saw. Order! Order! I will have order! Franziska Von Karma, how could you?
Your Honor, if you had heard the truth from this witness, you would have exactly the same opinion as I have.
What opinion is that?
It's not funny.
That's enough out of you. I'm going to listen to what he has to say. Now then, let's hear the truth about what you say you saw, Mr. Curls.
Ha! You're not going to believe this, but it's all true, I tell you. Try not to waste our time with your idiotic drivel. Oh boy. The truth.
Now it's time for our next segment, Mo Knows! Everything that I've said up until now has been the truth. When I looked out the window, the ringmaster was down and Max was standing above him. He wasn't wearing his white roses, but he was wearing the silk hat. That's when I saw he... What? This is the truth now. Get ready for it. He flew. He jumped up and flew through the air. He flew right off and disappeared into the darkness. That's why there were no footprints. Flying people don't leave footprints.
I told you it wasn't funny. Do you believe me now? I don't know what to say to that. That sounds very difficult to believe. Well, that was, how do you put this into words? Maximilian Galactica is a world-class magician. But to leave the scene of a crime by flying, there's no way that actually happened.
You're right. Why is she right? You believe the other witnesses? Why won't you believe me? Especially since it's the best part of the story. To be honest, this is the first time I've heard of a flying criminal. What do you think about this witness's testimony, Mr. Wright?
I think he's actually telling the truth. What he just said was so strange, I don't think he would have made it up.
Which means that he is telling the truth?
That's what I think. Nick, wait! That means that Max actually used magic. Yikes, you're right. Ow! Only a foolish-looking fool could be fooled by such a foolish fool's foolish dream. Don't be ridiculous. Magic does not exist. Didn't we just establish spirit mediums were a thing in the last case?
I suppose I will let you all in on my thinking regarding this matter. The criminal disappeared into the sky. I'd love to believe that. But I just can't wrap my head around how that could actually happen.
You imbecile.
If you disregard a need for proof, Miss Von Karma's case is sound. However, I've got the feeling that this case is in dire need of more investigation. Thus, I will conclude today's proceedings at this point. It's an undisputed fact that the criminal left no footprints at the scene. Tomorrow, I want us to find out the reason behind this mystery of mysteries. Grr. I believe that's enough for today. Court is adjourned.
Alright. It's now 2:33 p.m. and we're in lobby number 5. Hey, sweeties, what in the world is going on? That's what I want to know. They say the criminal flew off into the air and disappeared. Max, I can't believe I'm asking this, but you didn't fly that night, did you? I know you didn't mean to ask me such a fabulously stupid question. I can't fly whenever I please. It's not that easy. But it looks so effortless for you on stage. It's not that simple. I'm not actually flying on stage. I use invisible wires and have them hoist me through the air. Wow, you just told me the secret to your magic. No, I broke the first rule, the cardinal rule, the only rule. I'm sorry, Max. We made you break a magician's creed to never reveal the secret to their tricks. I could have guessed that that was how he did that. Come on. Nick, what do we do now? All we can do now is hope we find the flying criminal in court tomorrow. Great idea. Let's do our best and catch this sucker. Alright, to be continued. Alright, so apparently whoever did this has some knowledge of how Max uses wires at the very least, which I guess is pretty much to be expected if they work for the circus. So next time we're going to continue, and oh, I didn't mean to skip to the next part here, but we'll continue at this point.